So I want to show you how the Google Classroom builds in a calendar directly integrated into the classroom. So if you go to classroom.google.com, the homepage, you'll notice that you'll see all of the different classrooms that you are enrolled in, and your students will also see all of the classrooms that they are enrolled in. And you've probably noticed that you can see all of the assignments that are due that day are within that little box. So this fake student account that I'm practicing with shows all of the assignments that we had due today that the student has not completed yet. So the ones showing are just the ones that have not been submitted left. So you'll see that there's 3 here, and then in a different class, they also have another assignment that's due on Monday. But if they're in several classes, or if this just isn't a good way for them to keep track of all of their assignments that are due, there's calendar built right into the home page here. So if I click on calendar, you can see this week exactly what was due or what is due. So if you look here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different assignments that are due today. Now, if you're like, oh, I swear I already filled out this assignment here, the virtual learning with Andrew Penny, I attended that and I clicked that, I marked it as done, and I was over it. I don't know why it's still there. Well, if I click on it, it is actually submitted. They're just showing you that it was an assignment that you had. If I click back over here, but I look at this Q&A, well, I didn't mark that as done because I didn't do it yet, even though it's not really an actual assignment, but just for example. You also notice that I'm hopping back and forth here by clicking this hamburger menu up in the left corner. And right below the class's homepage, calendar is now built right into it there. So I can see all the different assignments that are due, and this can keep track of all of my classes. So if I'm enrolled in multiple Google Classrooms, I can see everything that's going on and try to pace myself appropriately. You'll notice over here it says all classes, and instead if I just wanted to focus on this one specific class, it'll take away any of the other assignments for you. If I do go back to all classes, well, what if I don't want to know everything that's ever been due ever, because I don't want to just focus on what's all going on. Maybe I just want to make sure that I got everything done. You might have noticed all the way back in that homepage next to calendar was another one that says to do. So if I go on that, you can kind of see that it's giving us all of the assigned work. So very similar to your calendar. So this student account I've had for a while. So these are old generic assignments. But you can see the ones from today that were assigned. And then additional ones that I still have coming up. So this one's still due later this afternoon, and then I have an assignment due later next week. If you're trying to focus on what do you actually need to be accomplishing, you can click on missing, and that's when you or the student can realize like, oh, I completely forgot to turn that one in. I meant to turn it in. This gives them the chance to then click on that. It takes them right to the assignment. And if they are happy with whatever it is that they needed to do, if they need to add a private comment, sorry, this is late, they can do that. And only the teacher and the student will see those private comments right here. If they have a comment that they want the whole class to read, they'll do it down here at the class comments. So 2 different options there, but whenever they're done, if they needed to add a file, they can do it this way. From their Google Drive, or if they just need to add a Google Doc where they type something in, they can create it that way. And there's more tutorials about that in our Google Classroom links. But if they're just done with it, they can mark as done. And I didn't touch anything because I don't need to. Click mark as done. And now when I go back to my to-do list, you'll notice that that missing assignment is now gone. Oops, sorry. That missing assignment is gone. So the only thing that I didn't get to was the pre-assessment. What did I complete? Well, I completed this and I completed that. And I also, saved the world. So those are all good things. But this is just another way that your students can kind of pace themselves and keep track of what is still, what's still on their plate. Whereas the calendar gives them an overall view. So I know a lot of you were frustrated because I added the Andrew Penny activities as an assignment. And I did that specifically so that it would appear on this calendar so that you as a learner could start to experience the way to pace yourself with these assignments. Now, if it's an assignment that you're not intending to complete, you can do just like I did, and you can click mark as done, and it's no longer should be nagging you to complete that assignment. You should also be able, within your class that you're in, you have a little bit of a calendar over here as well. So they're really trying to integrate calendar into the classroom to make it as friendly as possible so that students can really see, and then parents can see, what's all on my plate? What do I have? What should I be focusing on in this specific subject? So again, if we click view all, we can see everything that's going on. So it's that same information we had on the to-do list, but now it's specific to this one classroom and not all of them. What has been returned? Well, the teacher hasn't returned anything, so I don't have any return information. And what's still missing? Oh, snap, I forgot to fill out that exit ticket. I'll make sure to do that. You'll also notice, again, I'm going to hop back into just the main hub of that class page. If I go to the class work tab, which is where we're keeping all of the activities just to keep it clean, you'll notice Google Calendar is built in there as well. So if I click on that, it's going to open up a more traditional looking calendar. And this is where everything is also posted to. And again, the students can see all of their events for both of their classes, and it is color coded based off of the color scheme of the Google Classroom. So purple is for our virtual one, and then blue is for the other random made-up class that I have. So you can see that there's an assignment due here for a different class, and then I believe you can also select which calendar you're looking for. So if I just want to see what's going on in Virtual PD, I don't know if you can see in the bottom left-hand corner here, if I click that snowman icon, if I just want to look at that calendar, I can click display only, and now I only see what's going on in our Virtual PD classroom. These are the things. And again, a student's going to have a lot more going on. But this really helps them pace their learning, especially for students that are enrolled in multiple classes. So that if they notice that they have 6 assignments due on the same day around the same time, they can start to work ahead, or they can give their teacher a heads up, like, hey, I have 6 assignments due tomorrow at noon. I'm probably going to be a little late, and maybe we're a little more understanding if they can show us their calendar and go, this is insane, or say, hey, you know what, I have the time, I can work ahead. So I really want to show you this calendar feature because it's not really explained well on any of the Google for Education tutorials that I was able to find. I reached out to them on Twitter, and they also weren't really able to share a whole lot of additional resources. So, and I think this is a really beneficial tool that's integrated into Classroom. So I wanted to show it to you, and I hope that's helpful for you guys. If not, let me know, and I'm happy to help. Thanks.